What's up, guys, and welcome to lucky day 13 of 2-minute guitar tips. We've been going over tips to make you a better guitar player. Some have been with the guitar, some have been just me talking and going over guitar lessons that I've learned over the past 20 or so years. I think today is really important because it talks about, we're going to talk about chunking. And it sounds weird, but it really has to do with breaking down guitar parts so they don't seem as intimidating. You know, you want to learn a solo from one of your favorite guitar players, or you want to learn chords. This lesson could be don't let chords scare you. Today we're going to go over 3 versions of a G chord, where you can start if you're a beginner, and where you might be able to get to if you just practice a little bit, and how you could break things down into manageable bits and pieces and then string them all together to become a better guitar player and not scare yourself off from practicing the instrument every day. So let's check out these 3 versions of a G chord. Alright, so I want to show you 3 versions of a G chord. The first one might be the most intimidating to people, but I'm going to show you it first and go back from more difficult to easier. This is a G major bar chord. So you have your first finger barred on the entire 3rd fret of every string. Then you have your 3rd and 4th fingers on the 5th fret of the A string and the D string. And then finally you have your 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the G string. And that is a G major bar chord. If you take your if you take your middle finger off, then you have a G minor bar chord. So if that's too hard for you, that's fine. The other thing I want to show you is have your middle finger at the 3rd fret of the E string, have your index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then have your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the high E. And make sure you have a good angle to your fingers, a little good arch, because then you can play a G open chord, G cowboy chord. But if you're just starting out, here's what I would suggest, is that you take your index finger on the 3rd fret of the low E and your ring finger of the 5th fret of the A string, and that is a G power chord. And you know, you could do a lot of stuff with that. And I think it's really important to start there. If you're just starting out and you're getting frustrated but you want to play songs, learn the power chord first, then go into the open cowboy chord, and then finish up with the major chord, the G major bar chord. So I think rather than getting frustrated, start with the power chord, which is just 2 notes, then move into the strumming chord, the open cowboy chord, and then move up to the G major bar chord. And then you could do other different G chords from there. You will get it. Don't let things scare you. Break them down into manageable chunks and you will get it. I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of 2-minute guitar tips.